www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. 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 www.keymanstores.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tuko hapa bado tuna roll. This is a Keyman Community Live brought to you courtesy of Keyman Stores. I am your host, presenter MKPMK.
And of course, this is the big name in construction. My name is Brian Jenga. And yet tuko hapa kuwajenga as we tell you to buy safe and of course build smart.
Nakwambia, mambo imechacha.
Yeah.
Sasa leo, sijui kama ushaipitia mahali, ukapata watu wanapitia shida wakijenga. Kwa construction.
Yes.
Just, I think kwa kila kitu ambacho mtu anafanya, there must be a challenge, ndio pia ujue mambo unaweza ama huwezi.
Well, of course kuna challenges. And with challenges we get to grow. Unaweza jaribu kuangalia watu wenye wamejoin hapo.
Right.
Ipate hizo vitu kadhaa zenye niko nazo hapa hivi for some of those challenges zenye najaribu kukuambia.
Okay. So, huku upande wa YouTube, kuna mtu hapa anasema ako tuned Evelyn, anasema anatuangalia hapa. Naona asante sana Evelyn. And there's also anaitwa nani? Kimani. Kimani anasema pia yuko tuned in. There's also Lidiema Kelvin.
Yes.
Anasema on mbaya.
Our guest for today. Kabisa.
Unajua kama guest jamani hatutazami. Asante sana our very own guest for today.
Magwaya number 5 amerudi, anasema ako on. Sasa of course kuna hizo challenges zenye zinakuja. The most basic challenge yenye utawaipata ni moja. Niko na pesa, nataka kujenga, but I don't have the necessary skills za mtu mwenye anafaa kunijengea. Okay, basically how does this work happen? Sini referral.
Yes.
Unataka kujenga, mimi nilijenga before. Utadu, si utanipigia simu.
Nitakuuliza wewe mzee.
Fundi wako ako pande gani?
Na zile misumari ulitoa hadi gani?
You see? And you get to see many of those challenges ziki happen kwa sababu ya what is there in the market. Watu hawaaminiki, na vitu kama hizo. So challenges are there ukianza kujenga.
Sijui kuna building nishaiona imestop halfway.
Yes.
Huku tu hivi tu nikitembea.
Yes.
Nikajiuliza mbona building yanze mtu ameanza kujenga and then all of a sudden imestop kujengwa halfway.
Well, ni shida kubwa yenye inapatikana kila siku.
Yes.
Well, I'm not in the right position kusema ati maybe shida ni hii ama shida ni hii. But normally as a human being you also understand that we thrive na ile kitu yenye tuko nayo. So kama huyu msali alioshwa mara 2-3, you see the money labda iliisha, labda pesa hata ikuwa yake, it was an investment from a loan. So this person needs to pay a loan, this person needs to service something, ama aliibiwa kwa site.
Right.
So these things are common sana na zina affect the growth of the construction. Remember jana kwa jishanue nilikwambia the construction sector in the next few years is projected to generate around 1 trillion per year.
Yes.
Unajua trillion
hizo zero zote bana, hata I don't want to imagine.
A trillion has 12 zeros.
Yes.
So much money that we can't be able to explain. But imagine 50% of 1 trillion ikipotea. That means 500 billion ikipotea because of mafundi wenye hawako sawa, uncertified people,
watu hawaplan,
kukosa kuplan na vitu kama hizo. So it becomes a challenge, and that's why in most circumstances utapata nyumba haziishi or something like that.
So vile kuna watu walikuwa wananiambia we were discussing about hizo challenges zenye zinapitia juu watu ni wengi wanajenga na watu wanaendelea kujenga. And someone told me that kuna one time a construction was happening somewhere and there were two, of course utapata too many people are involved. Kuna fundi, na contractor, suppliers. And hawa watu ni wengi lakini the roles are not clear.
Yes, they're not clear. Sometimes they overshadow. Okay, ni why go kwa site fulani, something happened. The boss, itago bosi. Si alikuwa amekuja.
Yes.
Na anaitwa nani huyu, the link between the workers, laborers, mafundi na the boss himself,
a foreman.
Okay. Alikuwa hapo. The foreman ni ule. You see the same foreman. The previous story yenye nilikuambia, for context, nilikuwa nafanya kazi mahali, alafu siku ya kulipo ikasukumwa to Friday.
Ulioshwa bana.
Yes, so I had to go to town and then come back and then nikapata kazi imeisha, nikalipa deni, nikalipa fare, pesa ikaisha saa wiki mzima. So the same guy alikuwa amezoea kufanyia watu the same thing.
Okay.
So one person, very bold, very strong, aliamka akasema no, it can't happen. Akaenda akaambia mkubwa, this and this is what is happening in the site. And you see it brings a lot of challenges. Kwa sababu sasa foreman haaminiki. You understand? Foreman juu haaminiki, nani alimseti? Enda nyumbani wewe. Sumbua hapa. You see? So it brings all those challenges, and of course those fights are the ones that bring the major challenges to the upward side.
Right. So now ngoja kwa hiyo site ulikuwa nani?
Mtu wa mkono tu, nilikuwa water boy kwa Koroga. I was small, a water boy kwa Koroga.
Water boy.
Water boy. Okay, kwa Koroga kuna kuaga
water boy. Kuna kwa anaitanga water boy.
Ule mwenye anaweka maji kwa Koroga isikauke.
Hey, jamani, I need to get to these construction sites. I really need to.
Tutaenda, utajionea.
Lazima niende. Na nitatry, unajua kuna kitu kwa nimesema pale statement nyingine, ati what a man can do,
a woman can do better.
No, mimi sikusema a woman can do better. Mimi yangu ilikuwa what a man can do.
Yes.
Presenter MK can't do it.
Hiyo ni presenter MK precisely.
Presenter MK. Juu nilijaribu kitu pale na nataka nifike site sasa. Naweza jaribu hata kubeba mawe nione if I can really do it.
Mawe ubebe ama ikubebe.
Si ndo maana nilisema presenter MK sasa. But anyway guys, I'll continue reading hizo the discussions that I was having with some friends pale.
Yes.
And some of these challenges za mtu akifanya construction, apart from really planning, kuna zingine kama delays na stalled work.
Yes.
Like kazi inasimama because kuna kitu haijaapproviwa, architect sijui hajasema nini. Nilikuwa napewa real examples zenye zime happen kwa construction.
Yes.
So kuna mtu alikuwa ananiambia that architect alisema that hii kitu si complete, isianziwe kwanza. So asipo approve kuna
then
kitu itaendelea.
Kuna stall, and that's a challenge.
Yes.
And of course we need to track back and know where the challenge is, and you see everything tracks back to planning.
Yes.
So if you had a bad plan, story is given so many times. Na hii tuliishi kupewa hata wakati tulikuwa nasema when I grow up I want to be an engineer. Tulikuwa tunaambiwa an engineer can come to a site and then say utaconfirm na architect.
Tutasikia hiyo kwanza ni swali wacha nitaandika hapa.
Utaconfirm because that is what we were told, but there's some truth in it because wherever you are a professional in upate vitu zimeshikanishwa vibaya, of course you will have to reduce kila kitu chini and then start again. You understand?
Yes.
So those challenges do come, and you see in most circumstances getting a fundi who is not accredited, number one. Kuna hiyo NC accreditation yenye wanakuaga nayo, like what we have in media as Media Council of Kenya.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you accredited?
Media Council of Kenya. Salam.
Yes, you see. But I know you are known as Presenter MK or Monica Wangari Karanja by the Media Council of Kenya. Sikuwa niseme, but this is it.
Sasa mtu anataka kujifanya vile ananijua sana, majina yangu yote 3. But anyway, ni sawa.
But all the same, so you get a fundi who is not probably accredited. The plans are not very nice. Probably unajua fundi anakuambia mimi najua kuchora. Unaona atakuchorea. Alafu sasa when you now come to see the reality of things, you now start getting the real deals in the society.
Yes.
And those real deals, you end up spending a lot more in the building, and that's why you see the most stalled buildings zenye umeona hapo. And then something else zenye inaleta inakuwa tu ni hasara and a waste of time. And of course we're not here to waste time.
We are not here.
The problem inaweza kuja kama I am not able to access the site. You understand?
Right.
Kazi yako ni kutuma watu. Kitakura.
Ati ni kudirect tu pale kama director wetu.
Yes, you see, wewe unaidia tu picha za WhatsApp, unatumiwa tu majumba ya watu. And then when you come, unapata ni mawe moja iliangushwa hapo.
Unatumiwa ukuta moja. Unaambiwa boss.
In 2 weeks we'll be done. You see? So it's also good to look at that from that point. And of course that's why we have Keyman Community Live to educate us, not only you but also us. And of course as we learn, you continue to learn. And of course remember to comment, share, like and subscribe. Something else?
Yes.
Keyman Community Live is brought to you courtesy of Keyman Stores, where we buy safe and of course we
build smart.
Kabisa.
Pia tutakuwa tunakuja kujua ama tunakuja kuambiwa how to avoid the post construction surprises. Na hizi ni vitu kama unapata sijui nini imeleak, sijui nyumba imecrack. Si unaonanga hizi story manyumba sijui zimeanguka.
I have been affected.
Nyumba yako ishaanguka?
Sikuanguka. Nimerent, nimekosa maji.
Yeah.
Simply because of blockages, simply because sijui plumber alifanya nini. Sasa unanisaidia aje ukiniambia plumber alikosea? You see, these are things that we can already correct, and you see if we move with this generation and we correct them together as one, we will have a very bright future. And of course kutakuwa na at least progress in the construction sector. So usisikie vibaya sana that ulifanya aje sasa jamani. You look for alternative means.
Yes.
What will you do? You just look for alternative means.
Na I hope by the time unatoka hapa utakuwa umechanuana ndio watu waache kupata hizi shida.
Kabisa. By the way, something to note. If you have somewhere that you want to go, please confirm early and plan.
usije ukarambwa kama
usijipate.
Yes, and guys, we are also going to be looking at, ukianza construction, some things happen along the way. Budgets change, nini ina happen. But for now, we will take another short break. Coming up next, Jichanue. Are you ready?
Jichanuo ndio hii hapa.
Kwani kila siku kuna mpya?
Lazima tukuje na mpya kila siku. Ndio tujengane hapa.
Manze uko ready?
Vile inafaa.
All right, now we take another short break. We will be right back with Jichanue. This is Keyman Community Live, brought to you by Keyman Stores. I am presenter MKP.
And of course, this is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga. Tuko hapa kujenga, and of course we say buy safe and build smart.
Director, take it.
Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
One more time. Hi, how are you? Uko fiti? We are just from a break, lakini hii inaitwa Jichanue, and of course nimekuja na kichana. To just symbolize what we want to say. Jichanue today takes another turn. We started yesterday and we talked about something. Buying safe and of course building smart. Now today we're talking about something different. I have a question. Why do many people underestimate the planning stage? Umenisikia nikiongea mambo ya planning. Anything we do, anything we plan, anything we want to do, we always have a planning phase. It is not written sometimes iko kwa akili. So how do you go about it? Let's say you want to start a business. You need to have kitu kama deposit, unahitaji hizo locations, and to think about that as basic as that, hiyo ni plan. Kitu ingine, unataka kujenga nyumba. Unataka kujenga nyumba lini? Unataka kujenga nyumba wapi? Unataka kuanza aje? Utatumia nini? Utapaka rangi gani? That's a plan. But there is something very big about this planning phase yenye inatusaidia kujenga this whole process. And of course, as we buy safe and of course build smart, Jichanue asks you, ama tells you, ama encourages you to build smart. As we say, buy safe, build smart. So in this case, the planning stage takes around 10% of the whole cost, ama the whole plan ya kujenga nyumba. And you can imagine 10% is a very small percentage, but if not done correctly, of course hautakuwa na nyumba, ama nyumba itakuwa but itabomoka. Well, something to think about. So if we plan very well, then we are going to have a very bright future in the construction process. And that's why we say, my name is Brian Jenga, and this is the voice of construction, the big voice of construction. So in this case, what are the reasons why people plan, ama wanakosa kuplan, ama underestimate the planning process? Something as simple as, mimi niko na haraka, manze nahitaji kujenga haraka. By the time inafika hivi in 6 months, ama in 2 months, nimemaliza kujenga. Well, nyumba hata ya matope, something as simple as nyumba ya matope, lazima ukuwe na plan. Kuna kuaga na zile mbao fulani zile zenye unaweka, kuna ile kuchimba. Of course, there is a plan. Kuna venye umechora, ka bedroom katakuwa hapa, ka sitting room katakuwa hapa, kama utakuwa na TV utaiweka hapa. So that's a plan. You understand? So in this case, what makes people underestimate that process? So the pressure to build fast, to start very fast, and of course to finish very fast, you find yourself losing so many things. Director aniambia, for example, we have a shoot like this one. We have to plan the content that we want to bring to you. So otherwise nitakuja hapa nianze kujiongelesha ama I'm not communicating anything to you. So it is as easy as bringing everything together, and of course not having your kufikiria sana. It will help you not to start very fast. And then a lot of people hawapei umuhimu, and it is part of the process. You see, nimekuambia 10% of the whole project is done in the planning phase. 10%, not this, 10% of the planning project. So if this is 100%, 10% is that small chunk. So once we build these chunks and then we move to these other parts, we will move in those stages. Ni kama kupanda stairs, nyumba ya ghorofa 10. Of course, you will have to start with the first stairs. Ukiruka, unaweza pasuka msamba. Maybe it can happen. And of course, the last one, but not least, the overconfidence. Now this one now goes across builders ama wenye wako already kwa sector. You assume because I have done this in Kiambu or I have done this in Nakuru, I can do it in Webuye. Well, that may not work. Planners often fail to account for the unique nature of each project, such as specific site conditions. Site conditions could be mchanga labda huko kuna venye haiko sawa. Najua guest atatuelezea vizuri venye kunaendaga ikifika hapo, but labda mchanga haiko sawa, weather patterns haziko sawa. Maybe you find the place is too cold, and of course if it's too cold vitu hazitakauka. If it's too rainy, mnaweza piga plaster ianguke yote, and of course vitu kama hizo za weather or complex regulatory requirements. And this is the biggest point of this all. Regulation na hizo requirements za regulation, they are very important in the building process. You might find yourself making a lot of losses in that building process kwa sababu ulihata kulipa kitu, ulihata kulipa NEMA, ulihata kulipa NCA, ulihata kulipa nini. So you find yourself losing, and that's the reason why we have so many stalled projects. We have so many people who have gone into losses, and of course we have so many people who have sunk in the oceans of loans juu ya hiyo story yote. So how do we go about this? We plan very well. We stop starting very fast. Tuseme tu pole pole ndio mwendo. Haraka haraka haina baraka. Even if we have all the money, let the systems work for you. And of course, remember, G Chanue is brought to you courtesy of Keyman Stores, where we say buy safe and of course build smart. This is Keyman Community Live. My name is the big voice in construction, Brian Jenga, and of course tuko hapa kukujenga. Director, when you're ready, mimi niko sawa. Jichanue takes a break. Kesho tukutane na kitu ingine, and of course kombu mpya. PMK, mimi nataka uniletee kombi ingine mpya kesho. Thank you so much. Ciao, see you. Twende kana.
Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. 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 Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
Welcome back, watu wangu, jamani. These conversations have been very amazing from the start mpaka hapa. Remember, this is a Keyman Community Live, brought to you courtesy of Keyman Stores. I am your host, presenter MKPMK. Na leo manze niliwaambia guest anakuja. Najua mnamuona, and lazima nimpige intro ingine kali hapo before atuambie mambo ya project management, sijui planning for construction. He will tell us all that. But before we go there, kuna story kidogo tunataka niguzie ndio tuingie kwa guest. Kuna hii familia fulani ni story, tunajua mimi nakwanga mtu wa story, na story nazitoanga huko nje juu every day I go to the market na nasikiza vile watu wanasema. So there's a family ambayo nyumba ilimaliziwa na wakaingia, they moved in wakiwa very happy nini, but after a month mambo ikaanza kulegea kidogo leakages, kidogo cracks. Jamani, familia yetu ifanya nini? But eventually wakarealize that hii nyumba si eti ilikuwa imejengwa ati vibaya, si kujengwa, ilikuwa imejengwa vibaya, ni juu haiko-coordinatiwa vizuri ikianza kujengwa. And that's what we are talking about today, planning the construction process. Pale pa kwanza, you know construction, they are not events ama nini, ni pale pa kwanza, pale tunaanza nini kuplan. And today, ladies and gentlemen, in Keyman Community Live, we're joined by the one and only Lidiema Kelvin. Lidiema Kelvin is an end-to-end project manager, and he works across the full construction journey from planning through construction to project completion. He brings a clear, practical understanding of how all the different players in construction fit together. And today, he's going to help us break down construction process, which is not just an event. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Kelvin Lidiema. Hi, Kelvin.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine.
Uko fiti?
Niko salama sana.
Weekendi umekuwa wapi, Kelvin, jamani? Umekuwa pale, umeenda site?
Nimekuwa kwa mjengo. Tumekuwa setting out in Kikuyu.
Yes.
Some of the projects we are undertaking currently.
So you are a project manager, as I have introduced you.
Yes.
Unaweza tuambia who is a project manager? What exactly does a project manager do?
Project manager, this is a part. Okay, project management.
Daka moja tu. We take a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back tutengeneze technical issue kidogo tu. We are back. This is Keyman Community Live. I am your presenter. Iyo sasa. So, As I said earlier, today on Keyman Community Live, we are joined by Lidiema Kelvin. Lidiema Kelvin is an end-to-end project manager, and he works across the full construction journey from planning to execution, through construction to project completion. He brings a clear, practical understanding of how all the different players in construction fit together. And today, he is helping us break down construction as a process, not an event. Hi Kelvin.
Hey,
Uko aje?
niko salama sana.
Aha.
Yes.
Umekuwa aje?
Nimeshukuru sana kukua hapa. Nimekuwa poa.
Yes.
Asante sana.
So leo Kelvin, leo nataka tuchangamshe watu, tuambie hii mambo yote ya process ya construction.
Yes.
But before we go there, nimekuintroduce kama project manager.
Yes.
Unaweza tuambia project manager ni nani na inafika aje unaitwa project manager? What does it take?
Kwanza acha nieleze what project management is. Ndio uelewe what a project manager is, because hapa construction is a body in a whole with a lot of key players that wanahakikisha mjengo imetoka kutoka chini imefika paka pahali imekuwa habitable. Sasa project management hii hapa inachukua wacha ni explain, we have the left and the right side of construction. One side iko na professionals, wale watu wa akili. Right side iko na watu wa the muscle, the hands, wale wanaitoa kutoka chini wanaileta paka juu. And in between tuko na finances, tuko na material and every other small issues here and there in construction. So project management hiyo ni process where utachukua all these resources and all these parts of construction uzilete pamoja, uhakikishe that wote wana work towards the same goal ya kudeliver the project to the developer. Na sasa hapo ndio project manager anatokea. Sasa project manager is somebody who understands all these aspects of construction, and he or she is going to bring the key players of construction and point them in one direction, which is to deliver a project for the developer.
Right. Yes. So nataka utaniongeza sauti kidogo ndio mtu anatusikia pale asikie vizuri. Okay. Umesema project manager, yeye ndo ana guide everyone, all the key players kwa construction, if I got it right.
Yes, on a construction project. Yeye ndio sasa analeta all these people together and point them to one direction.
Okay.
Yes, because if you look at it from a simple point of view, everybody in the construction that is going to take part in that project can decide to do what they want, when they want, however they want. So if you don't have somebody who is coordinating and bringing all these people together and ensuring that we are meeting the same goal, you have chaos on a project. Yes.
So naweza taka kuelewa project manager as the person directing the other key players. So for example, nataka tufanye vitu very very practical,
Yes.
Because I am also taking notes. Mimi nataka kuelewa hii process manze. Unajua pia naweza kuwa project manager. So tuseme project manager.
Yes.
Na let's take an example of an architect. Ama designer. So role yake kuguide architect, anamguide in what ways, anamwambia nini na nini?
Okay. In the profession ya construction, ama the construction industry at large, a project manager is not going to be somebody who's a stranger to construction that has come, like, if you compare with other professions, like now this is a lawyer that needs to meet a judge, and this is a policeman that needs to meet a partner. This can even be an engineer. A project manager can be an engineer, can be a QS, can be an architect. So it is somebody who understands construction in its entirety. The only difference here is the project manager is not there for one specific thing. Because an architect will be there to provide the designs, the architectural drawings. The engineer will be there to provide the structural drawings.
Okay.
The MEPs will be there to provide the plumbing and the electrical. And then if you go to the other side, the contractor is there just to build. The fundis and all that, they are there to now to lay the stone.
Okay.
Now the project manager sits at a point where he or she is going to see all these things happening at the same time. Yes. And now that is why it is very important for the project manager to be able to understand all the processes. Yeye sasa naelewa akili ya architect, naelewa akili ya structural engineer.
Okay.
Anakuja on this other side anaelewa fundi, anaelewa mtu wa mkono, anaelewa what is supposed to be done. Even wakati fundi anafaa kukuja kwa project, wakati anafaa kuingia kwa site, anaelewa hiyo mambo yote. So these were now ni ule msee mwenye pale penye amekaa anaweza ona penye shida imeanzia ama penye issue inaweza tokea and then you avert the risk on time before it now goes to affect the project in any bad way.
Okay.
Yes.
Napenda vile unaelezea na I hope we are getting it because mi ninapata na nimepata that huyu project manager anaweza kuwa engineer, anaweza kuwa ni architect, anaweza kuwa ni contractor. Thank you for that. So, Kelvin, wakati mtu ameamua ninataka kujenga, mimi nimekaa tu hivi chini kama presenter MK, nimesema I want to build a bungalow, nataka nijengewe kitu hapo. So, what is the very first step huyo mtu anafaa kuchukua sasa kifikiria kujenga?
This one is very important. And the reason I'm saying this ni juu sana when somebody wants to build, usually in this country what happens is wameona kitu pahali kawafurahisha. You've gone to your friend's place, amejenga. Mistake most people do, they don't ask nani alichora hii nyumba. They ask nani alikujengea hii nyumba. And that question is usually answered by you being referred to your fundi. I'm not saying fundis ni wabaya, but you do not start from the fundi. The biggest mistake most developers do, they first start with the fundi. And the notion in the market inakuanga ikitu isi complicated. Wewe chukua niko na fundi, najua fundi mzuri anaweza kujengea, chukua hii nyumba yangu, chukua hii plan, ama angalia venye nimejengewa na huyu fundi, pia yeye aende akakujengee kwako. Na hapo ndio makosa inaanzia. Every construction project is an idea in the head of the developer. That is where the project starts from. And if you start it wrong in the head, before planning anything, then that is where even building starts to collapse from the head, where it is still an idea. So a construction project is an idea in your head. Then that idea as I would, let's say if I were to advise you, take that idea to your architect. Let the architect interpret the idea to you based on special needs, special organization, local authority or urban planning regulations. Then if, let's say, because you want to build a bungalow, let your structural engineer come, let's say, if it's a pitched roof design, give you the roof truss designs, assess your land, understand the things like the type of soil pale kwenye unajenga. Juu shamba yako na shamba ya your neighbor haziwezi fanana all the time. And most places in this country, watu places mingi zenye mimi nimeenda, your neighbor can be having red soil, where you are having maram.
Yes.
Somebody else is having black cotton soil. Na hizi areas zote require different dynamics ikikuja kwa mjengo.
Yes.
So huwezi amka tu uende uchukue mjengo ya your friend kuja utoe huko kujiweke kwako. So you get all the professionals taking part, and most importantly get a QS to budget your dream, because every dream that you have is doable.
Yes.
Until you start planning on paper, and you look at everything on paper. And if you plan very well on paper without rushing to site, you're not going to get it wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
So umetaja kuhusu budget.
Yes.
So when you want to build,
Yes.
how do you budget? Na pia umemention that the land ama soil ya my neighbor na yangu si the same. So how do you budget tuanze hapo? Maybe land size, you know, nini.
Every project inakuja na, as I said, it is an idea in your head.
Yes.
So there is a lot of preferential choices you have. The things you want in your project are not the things that I would have given to somebody else in their project. Sasa tukianza kujenga, tukitaka kuanza kujenga, the importance of budget is that your architect will have listened to what your idea is, how you want your project to look like, the kind of finishes you want to install in your project. That is now where all the difference in construction comes from. For example, a 3 million budget for a bungalow and a 5 million budget for the same bungalow will not be the same.
Okay.
The size might be bigger, depending on the size of land that you have. The type of finishes will be different for either budget. So you look at what are you capable of when you want to start a project. And this is where planning is very important. Because now when we are doing it on paper, we might be able to say you had a budget of 3 million, but now the plan that we have is 5 million. So what do we do to bring back the budget to 3 million?
Yes.
What do we reduce? What do we remove? What do we change in terms of finishes, in terms of how we intend to reinforce the project, even the type of material we are going to build with? Yes.
So let's say for example, umepanga hiyo budget ya 30 million for example, wewe umeadvise 30 million itatosha this kind of a bungalow. It's also your work to advise that hii inaweza tosha.
That is the most important point. That the resources you have as a developer,
Yes.
those are the resources we must use to deliver that project.
Okay.
If we cannot, the architect will be obligated to advise you that according to the ideas you shared with me, it is going to be it is going to need a little more. So we start looking for resources in other ways. You could get financing, you could get mortgages to add to what you have to meet your goal. If not, we now reduce on we reduce on that the budget. To meet exactly what you have.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask, have you ever, wewe kiwewe, have
Yes.
you ever gotten it maybe wrong, ukasema hii amount of money inaweza tosha, alafu katikati ya project ikakosa kutosha, and what happened?
It happens every time.
Oh.
On a project, every time.
Okay.
Because even after we budget,
Yes.
the good thing I'm saying that planning is very important is because once you have done all the plans, you have the drawings, you have the BQ from your QS, you have understood the site, where it is located, how close or far it is located from material supply, hardwares and everything. You get to site. When you are on site, a lot of things could happen. And usually a project doesn't start in the morning and it is finished in the evening. It takes time. It can take you 3 months, 3 months, 4 months, up to 6 months to finish a house. in between that time, anything could happen that could change costs.
Okay.
But because you've planned for it, this is something you can see before it actually gets there. Yes, because we'll keep as a project manager, I would keep on tracking the project as we go. At the point where I find that we are reaching beyond the threshold we had given ourselves for a certain budget at a certain phase, you give an alert, you communicate to the developer that at this point we might be eating so much into the budget that we had prepared for, and we might need an extra amount of money. It's a common occurrence in construction, but when you're prepared, it is not a surprise.
Okay.
The problem is if it's a surprise. You had prepared yourself to spend 3 million, and now you're supposed to spend 6 million. That's unacceptable. It should be, we intended to spend 3 million, we need maybe 200 to 500K
Or it should
as
be.
an addition. That is what should be if you've planned yourself.
Okay.
Yes, because even if you accounted for issues like inflation, those ones take time, take years before you can account for inflation. And a bungalow takes 3 to 6 months to build and finish.
Right.
So between that period of time, we are not talking about a big margin in change of anything
Okay.
that could bring an outrageous amount, an outrageous deviation in cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am just thinking that would that not cause delay your construction for that client?
Yes.
And maybe how will you handle it? Ukiambia mtu we estimated this, lakini utahave kuongeza kidogo. Kutaenda aje sasa?
That is now the importance of the project manager.
Okay.
Because if you are getting that news from your fundi,
Yes.
you have a lot of questions to ask,
Okay.
which your fundi is not going to likely to answer them in a required way. But if you're looking at it, construction is anything. It's like the same way you would have planned to leave your home in the morning. You want to drive to work or someplace.
Yes.
Yes, you know that it will take you an hour to get to town, but you've not accounted for how long you'll be stuck in traffic. But you know, in an hour's time, I'll get to town. Now, if you want to be so meticulous and account for traffic jam,
Yes.
you have to be so certain of a lot of variables,
Yeah.
and say it will take me 30 minutes extra to be stuck in traffic. So in construction, it becomes the same. We will have budgeted for everything and planned for almost all, let's say, all aspects that are going that we expect to happen during the construction period. Anything, including weather.
Yes.
We'll plan for ourselves that it might rain.
Oh.
We will need a water pump on site.
Yes.
To pump out any storm water that will be on site while we are building.
Okay.
So we look at all those things that might happen
Okay.
and prepare ourselves for those things. So in that idea that you've prepared yourself and then there are going to be delays, we expect them.
Okay.
We expect delays always, because you are dealing with factors that most of the time are not in your control.
Yes.
Weather is not in your control. Human factor is also another resource on construction that is barely in your control. You could wake up today in the morning, you're planning to build 5 courses, and your favorite fundi or that fundi that is well skilled fell sick,
Yes.
or got an accident.
Yes.
Is not showing up today. The delay is you need to get somebody to replace that person in the meantime. Yes. So delays are not something to be afraid of in construction. You only fear them if you've not prepared yourself.
All right.
Yes, because if you prepare yourself, you know you are able to understand that if I wasted a day here, I can recover that day tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, by doing A, B, C, D. Yes.
So it's a matter of planning. Pale
It is
mwanzo.
always planning.
All right.
Yes.
So in this whole construction thing, I believe there are some, things like some specific things, specifications, drawings zitakuwa pale. So is it important for everyone or the players in construction to understand these specifications, and why?
It is one of the reasons I'm grateful for this opportunity today.
Okay.
Because we assume a lot of things, and it is also mostly where I started before I came to understand that construction is a science. Yes.
How
Construction is not something you wake up in the morning and decide tuende tukajenge. There are reagents, there are things you need to put in place to get a result that you want. And if you put anything wrong, anything in the place that it's not supposed to be, you're definitely going to get a wrong result. And if and this I'm giving you an example. You walk around, you'll see projects. And some projects impress you, others disappoint you. You look at them and wonder, what was this person trying to achieve? And what did he do? What did he not do that this other person did? Or mbona yeye ali choose hiyo direction, ali choose kwenda nayo. The notion we have in this country right now is dealing with professionals. Is hectic. And I do not know why developers should be afraid of professionals. It could be in matters fees, or matters like dealing with arrogant professionals, or picking the wrong professionals to come and do your job. So what you've mentioned here is if you as a developer or a client wishing to own a house, you want to come and build, a lot of things will come your way. You will receive a lot of information. And we are greedy people. Sorry to say, we are greedy people. And in this regard, what I'm trying to say is, if you approach the wrong person and tell them you want to build, they'll not say no. They will not say they don't know how to build. They will not tell you hawawezi jenga. Mtu anakuambianga nitajenga,
atachukua tu kazi.
Na ukimwambia niko na milioni moja nataka kujenga nayo, anakuambia hata hiyo ni mingi sana. Hiyo ni mingi sana. Hii nyumba hata iwezi isha na 800,000. And you will see them all over. There are even people that go on social media and post, this house costs this much. And you look at it and you say, hiyo hata roofing peke yake, hiyo pesa iwezi tosha. But because of misinformation, we have a hard time trying to convince clients, developers, people who are wishing to own homes, people even who want to build commercial projects or anything, that the best way to go about this is to take professionals. So you first get your idea, you go to an architect, the architect designs for you your idea. Now you have that idea on paper. And when you have an idea on paper, it means it is doable. It is not a dream anymore. It is doable. So now you now start asking yourself questions. How much will it cost? What is the structurally, how are we getting this structurally on the ground? Now you start to involve those other players. The QS comes in, the structural engineer comes in. And then now you start to realize your dream. And that's how simple it is. But it gets complicated when you allow all the noise in the construction industry to get into your head. Na hiyo kitu itakuja, hata wewe mwenyewe ile siku utataka kujenga, utakuja utaambiwa na mtu, ile nyumba ukipelekea architect, atafanya ikuwe expensive. Wewe leta tu nikujengee, niko na plan, nimeijenga pahali, najua utafurahia nayo, it will be cheap. So hautahitaji kulipa architect, hautahitaji kulipa engineer, hautahitaji kulipa QS akufanyia hii maneno. Then now inakuja pahali inafika sasa, you had an idea in your head. Yes, you liked your friend's house, but yeye ametengeneza open plan kitchen. Wewe upendi open plan kitchen. Unaambia fundi, nijengee tu jikoni kama hiyo, lakini mimi isikue open plan. Yeye ata introduce to a wall. Aweke ukuta hapo. Now you don't have enough lighting in your house. You don't have ventilation. Ukipika nyumba inajaa moshi. Mambo mengi inaanza kufanyika kutoka hapo. Na sasa ulikuwa unatorokea nini? Ulikuwa unatorokea ka small percentage ya fee ungelipa. You get a professional, akupe wakupea kila kitu venye inafaa, wakuangalilie even the possible risks zenye zinaweza kuja na kukua na hiyo mjengo.
Yes.
Juu unajua like in places like tuseme Kamulu, ni place ya black cotton soil. Your friend anaishi tuseme Gikambura, place kuna red soil na marron soil.
Yes.
Nyumba yake pale akijenga, foundation yake itakuwa expensive kama yako ukijenga pale Kamulu. Yako itahitaji ufanye excavation, utoe all the black cotton soil, because huwezi jenga juu ya black cotton soil. Your house will crack. Sasa ukitoka na fundi pale anakuja na kuambia, mimi niko na ile plan, nimeiona pale, nimeijenga pale Kikuyu, wacha nichukue hiyo plan, twende tukakujengea pale Kamulu.
Okay.
Unakimbia Kamulu, unafungua site, fundi anaingia, anakuwekea. Makosa ingine, plan yako hujapeleka approval.
Right.
NCA na county government wanakuja kwa site, wanakupata. Wanafunga mafundi wako wote. Wanachukua mafundi, wanawaeka ndani, wanachukua your equipment. Sasa tena now you have to go through an entire tiresome process of picking the professionals again. They design for you, they do the process of approval, and it will be more expensive because now the county will do a process called regularization.
Right.
Where you start to build without approvals. Yes. And it is very illegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nataka tushikilie kidogo tu hapo. Yes. We are coming back ndio tuendelee na history yetu. Ladies and gentlemen, we take another short break. We will be right back with Lidiema Kelvin, who is an end-to-end project manager. This is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MK.
www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
Mwambie azime music. We are back to continue with our discussion today. We wanted to know the construction process, ni nini unafaa kufanya before uanze kujenga, before uanze kuendea materials, before uanze kutafuta suppliers na nini. What is the idea behind kuanza kujenga kutoka pale mwanzo, the ideas. We continue with our discussion with Kelvin Lidiema, an end-to-end project manager na ambaye anatuelezea haya mambo yote. This is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MK. Kelvin, we continue with our discussion. Na hapo nyuma umetaja architect sana. Architect hapa, architect pale, architect huko. So I am just wondering, maybe kwa mtu mwenye hajui the exact role ama kazi ya architect, and maybe unaweza tuambia beyond drawing, na maybe tuseme mimi nikikwambia nataka nyumba inakaa hivi na hivi na hivi, ama nikiambia architect nataka nyumba inakaa hivi na hivi, anafanyanga nini? Maybe anachukua tu kitabu anachora, si kila mtu anaweza chora. Ni nini exactly ina happening hapo?
Okay, sio kila mtu anaweza chora.
Yes.
Na it is for an architect, it is not about kuchora. Through experience, I would have said hata mimi nilikuwa nafikiria kazi ya architect si ni kukaa tu chini na kuchora.
Yes.
Then nakaa chini na kuambia kazi ya architect ya structural si ni kuambia tu ni chuma gani itatumika.
Yes.
Unachukua tena, if you go to the QS, mtu anakuambia atakupigia tu. Si hiyo nikiweka tu kwa calculator 200 plus 200 unapata 400.
QS kidogo tu. Ambia mtazamaji QS ni nini?
Acha tumalize kwanza pale kwa architect.
Okay.
All these professionals, they have underwent training. And going through training means there is something extra.
Yes.
Just apart from drawing that these people are aware of that you are not.
Yes.
And as I was saying, if you pick a fundi akuja kujengea nyumba na your friend alikuwa na open plan, wewe hutaki open plan, You want your privacy in the kitchen when you're cooking. You don't want to be seen from the living room or the dining as you're cooking. There are a lot of things involved that the architect will put into consideration.
Yes.
Akikuchorea nyumba. It is not just because, yes, because if it was easy that everybody can draw, then architecture would not be a profession.
Okay.
Yes. It is because of all those other issues that come with designing. Your house needs natural lighting. You don't need to use bulbs during the day. You don't need to use electricity during the day to light up your house. Your house needs to be livable. You need air in the house. The spaces that you have, that you want, need to be workable. You need to be able to fit furniture in your house. These are the things now, when you tell your architect, I want a 3-bedroom bungalow, they understand how they will position all these ideas that you have in your head to make that house livable. It's not just about drawing. It's about making sure now that this design, this idea that you have in your head
Yes.
of a 3-bedroom bungalow actually makes sense on the ground. And another key important thing is that they understand urban planning rules or regulations. Wewe kukutaka nyumba is just a tip of the iceberg. Your local authority will not allow you to build to a certain extent, even if the land is yours. You cannot build, like for example in Kiambu County, you're not allowed to build more than 60%
Okay.
of your piece of land. So if you do not have an architect to advise you on these issues, utapata you are having problems with the county government.
Yes.
Yes. So you now understand it's not just about kuchora.
Yes.
Kama ni kuchora, then hiyo itakuwa kazi yenye architect atakuwa anafanya. Again, these are now I like to refer to them as the demigods.
The what?
The demigods of a project.
Okay.
They visualize this project for you. In your head, you are only thinking about a 3-bedroom bungalow. You don't know how it's going to look.
Yes.
This is the guy that now will tolerate you. The structural engineer and the QS may not tolerate you so much as an architect would. Yes. On a project. This actually, if you look at it carefully, yeye ndio your guardian angel on a project, an architect. Whatever you are thinking is more of ingredients, is more of vitu hapa na pale.
Venye unataka.
Yes. Sasa yeye anazichukua anazileta pamoja, and then anakuambia sasa, your living room will be here, it will be this big. Yes. It will be facing this direction. Your master bedroom will be on this side, not on that side. And this is why. Your kitchen will be this way. It will be facing this direction. It will be oriented this way. It will have this type of cabinets. It will be looking like this. This is how your house will feel before it is even built. So you get to have an experience of your project before you actually put it on the ground. Yes.
So, twende pale kwa sites.
Yes.
People need to prepare maybe before going to the site.
Very important.
And what's the meaning of site preparation maybe? Ni nini wanafanya pale na pale? Na nani ana prepare?
This is very important.
Yes.
I want us to look at it in depth. Fundis are very important. Fundis are very important on a project.
Yes.
Because bila fundi nyumba itasimama. Lakini penye umefikia kwa fundi, chenye fundi anafanya kama on site, it is very costly. Paper costs roughly 200 shillings. And you can print as many papers as possible while you're working, while you're preparing for the project. So if you want to avoid expensive mistakes, don't rush to site. Because once you go on site, immediately the shovel has hit the ground like this. Mistakes start becoming expensive. Yes. And you want to avoid that completely. And that is now general planning. You now have your drawings.
Yes.
you're confident and you're contented. You have your budgets, you have your structural drawings, you have your approvals and permits from the county government. You now go to site. When you go to site,
Yes.
this is where I would come in, or a project manager comes in. Now a project manager makes side A and side B come together in harmony. Yes. So now your project manager absorbs the ego of the professionals and the kiburi of the fundis and brings them together and say, this is what is important. And this is the direction we are taking. Yes. And you need this person on site. And most clients run away from a project manager because they feel it's an extra expense that I can avoid and do this thing by myself. And I can tell you, everything feels you can do it by yourself until a mistake happens.
Yes.
And this mistake is now what makes most people regret. And I advise a lot of people. There is no point as to why you should build a house and be traumatized to live in it, because you remember how costly it was, how traumatizing it was to deal with the fundis, to deal with the professionals, and all that manner of things.
Right.
So you spare yourself a small change, and you get somebody who understands how to deal with all these people. Bring them together, and you only receive communication. So that now you make sure that if you umeitisha 100 bags of cement, you don't wonder whether they used 100 or 50.
Yes.
There is somebody who's putting all these things for you in record and giving you documentation and photographical proof that yes, your 100 bags of cement were used to build your house. Yes.
So kama hautaki kulia huko baadaye sijui nyumba imefanya nini,
Yes.
look for you must have a project manager.
Have all the professionals.
Have all the professionals.
Have all the professionals.
Right.
It doesn't cross the threshold of 6%. In most cases.
Yes.
And even if it goes, it will not go beyond 10%. So you can spare yourself 10% to save yourself the trauma of having to deal with individuals on a project. And because most of the time, even I myself, the day I will want to build, I'm not the one who's going to be seated there supervising my own house. I will get all the professionals to go there and do that project for me, so that I have peace of mind to focus on something else.
Yes.
And just provide the resources that are needed to deliver that project.
Right.
Yes.
So why is coordination important before umesema pia fundi usimdharau because yeye ndo atajenga.
Hata ule mtu wa mkono pale hatuwezi mdharau.
Hatuwezi.
Everybody is very important.
Yes.
The only thing here is everybody wants to be right on a project.
Okay.
And everybody wants to be heard. So you need somebody that will bring all these people to the table and have all their concerns addressed at every stage of construction. Yes.
Right. So before sasa ule fundi afike kwa site, why is this coordination important, maybe beyond avoiding hizo mistakes?
Coordination is very important because now here you are dealing with the human factor. Human factor is the most unpredictable factor of production in any industry.
Yes.
I do not know you as much as I think I'd want to know you. So when I'm dealing with you on site, I'm only dealing with you at the capacity of umekuja kama fundi.
Yes.
Now you as an individual on how you have to deliver as a fundi, it is how is trying to communicate.
Okay.
You want ule mse anafunga chuma understands exactly what the structural engineer has detailed. So at that point where you are on a project and you realize the fundi is not trying to do what the architect wants, you step in. Make sure that that is not happening. Yes, because if a fundi builds something the architect did not design, it means we demolish, which is costly, time-wise and material, including labor. Yes, you have to pay again to redo that work.
Right.
You have to buy materials to redo that work, and time will have been wasted of repeating the work that had been done. Now, when we are saying we are going to do the project with 4 months, and we have a whole month of repairs,
Yes.
now we've jumped to 5 months. Yes.
Now, talking about foreman. Umefanya vizuri sana kumention because a lot of people say foreman ama watu wanajuanga foreman yeye anaangalia site. What's the difference between a foreman and you, the project manager?
The foreman understands the fundi more.
Okay.
The foreman will always be in touch with the fundis and the watu wa mkono. And even me myself as a project manager, I will always reach out to the foreman to address issues za fundi na watu wa mkono. About 90% of the time, if not 100% of the time, the foreman and the fundi will always be friends. But the foreman and the architect might not get one another. Yes, the foreman could understand,
Yes.
but they might not get one another. So you look at it as like a project. I always refer to a project as a company during the time it is being built. There are various stages of leadership
Yes.
in a project. So you'll have the client being the chairperson of that project, pale juu kabisa.
Yes.
The person bringing the resources that to ensure the project runs smoothly.
Right.
Then you'll have the architect who has prepared the planning for us for that project. Then you'll have the engineer that has ensured that there is structural integrity and all those manner of things happening for that project. And then you have a QS who has ensured the budgets will be met, has given us budgets and understands that now this is where we are limited, we cannot go beyond this. Inateremka hivyo paka unakuja unapata hadi pale penye fundi ndio mkubwa wa mtu wa mkono pale chini.
Yes.
So ukikuja unapata pale penye foreman, and I want you to understand this.
Yes.
If you stay in construction for too long,
Yes.
you tend to be lied to, you can do everything.
Oh, unajiona wewe sasa.
Unajiona unaweza fanya kila kitu. Lakini hakuna haja ufanye kila kitu. Because you become overwhelmed. You become overwhelmed as an individual who wants to try and meet everything. Hata mimi where I'm seated right now, if you ask me if I understand structure, I understand. But I'm not at liberty to say that I'm a structural engineer or I'm going to design a project for you.
Yes.
Structural wise. I'm not going to stand and say I'll design as an architect. No. But I've been here for so long
Yes.
that if you wanted me to design for you, I would have the confidence to say yes. I only hold myself to what I'm good at and leave the rest to the people that understand how they can approach that. So when you look at things where like a foreman, a fundi, nini, there is a point where a fundi will tell you anaweza fanya kazi ya foreman.
Yes.
A foreman will tell you anaweza fanya kazi ya project manager, nini, hiyo mambo yote. Lakini sasa huyu foreman wako ako kwa site, anafaa shughulike na mafundi.
Yes.
Anafaa tena afuatilie, hakikishe that kama kulikuwa na revision inafaa ifanywe kwa drawing,
Right.
imefanywa na architect. Anafaa aangalie kama kuna kitu ina miss kwa structural, pia aambie engineer angalia. So in one day unakuta umse ako overwhelmed na hii mambo yote. Sasa anashindwa sasa leo atafuatilia fundi ama atafuatilia architect ama atafuatilia nani.
Okay.
So akikuja kusettle down, by the time mnaenda kurealize a mistake was done on a project, it's too late. It's too expensive. Sasa hapo ndio tena mnakuja tena, you invite the architect, there is animosity on site because the architect is, this is what I wanted. The foreman is like, no, by the time you are coming to respond, we had already done it. Now, when we want to cover around that problem, we start discussing costs. Now, what do we do so that we don't burden the client with these costs? The repairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So when you get a project manager, you avoid overwhelming individuals on your project, including yourself. as the client.
Yes.
Yes, because you don't want to be seated somewhere and then unapigia foreman, nitumie picha ya material. Anakuambia, nitakutumia lakini niko 4th floor. Wacha nikishuka, nitakutumia. Akienda kushuka anapatana na mtu anapandisha mawe moja na anaanza tena discussion hapo. Anasahau alikuwa kutumia photos. So now you have somebody who is your caretaker. Who's looking at everybody without feeling overwhelmed. Yes.
Now, I want us to take this scenario that when you start doing something, kuna mahali inafikanga, unajua hiyo kitu imeisha. Yani there is a situation itafika ujue hiyo nimemaliza. For example, mimi hapa nitajua tunamaliza interview yetu. Director wangu akiniambia 1 minute remaining. Hiyo ndo nitajua tunamaliza. So, in this construction thing, the project, nini, how do you determine that project imeisha sasa and it's ready for use, ama a building is ready for use?
Okay. A building is never done.
Okay.
But there is a phase where tunamalizanga nyumba, tunakupea ufunguo, tunakwambia unaweza ingia.
Yes.
But at the point, if you want me to answer to you whether construction actually ever ends, construction doesn't end because of these things I've explained to you. Nyumba ni kama binadamu. So once we've finished building, you will need or you are required to keep on monitoring and taking care of the building in general. Yes. You want to take care of the building even after you've finished building it. Ukishamaliza kuweka umepaka rangi, umeingia ndani umeweka curtains, usiseme sasa umemaliza mjengo. Because you also want that house to serve you for the longest time possible. Yes. And sana sorry to say, lakini in our heads tumeweka pale penye ukishaweka mlango, nyumba inafungika, unasema sasa mjengo imeisha. Hapana.
Yes.
Through the duration and the lifespan of that building, you keep on taking care of it, monitoring it, making sure that yes, it stays in shape.
All right.
Yes.
That's a nice discussion. Na tumalize sasa kabisa. Importance ya follow up, you know, kujua ukimonitor after kutoka site. What's the importance sasa ya follow up?
When we build, we have an objective, and the objective is to shelter the developer, the clients, the tenants. So follow up for this case, if you were to ask me, is just like me looking after the child I gave birth to.
Yes.
You want to know that they are doing okay. They are always they are always well taken care of. Yes. Juu sasa nyumba sana ukiangalia, and this is what we need to change in the construction industry, is that we need to stop the processes that traumatize you when you are building. Because processes that traumatize people when they are building result them into abandoning their projects. Because you looked at it and how much it costed you, the chaos you went through, and if somebody tells you, let's fix that paint, let's fix that place pale pa roof. It is not a big thing, but you remember what it costed you, the trauma you went through, and you just feel like I'm not going to do anything anymore to this project.
Right.
But if you use the right systems, you look at your project, you admire it. Any stain you notice somewhere, you'll always want to wipe it off.
Okay.
Yes, and sasa from there we take passion into doing these projects.
Yes.
Ndio ili sasa pale penye wewe mwenyewe ukiingia kwa nyumba, you enter the house celebrating, smiling. You don't you wipe your sweat off and say, finally this is done, I can do. No.
Yes.
I would prefer that once you build your first house, you'd be excited to want to build the second and the third.
Okay.
Because the first one was not a nightmare. Yes.
All right, Kelvin, asante sana for that discussion. I want you to maybe look at that camera na utuambie one last thing unaweza taka mtu unaongelesha kuhusu planning in one statement, in just one statement.
I do not know kama naweza describe in one statement.
Yes.
But what I can say is that, let me just give it simply that construction is not about who is involved. It's not about who is who. It is about how decisions are made, coordinated, and respected.
Yes.
On a project.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're done.
Okay, I wanted to add that most problems are rarely about site problems. They are usually planning problems.
Planning problems.
Yes, and if you take care of planning problems, you will not have site problems.
Right.
Yes.
I hope mtu wangu wa mkono ana take notes. If you don't take care of
planning problems,
you will take care
you will take care of site problems.
Site problems.
And site problems are very expensive.
All right.
So you want to take care of problems while they are still on paper. And let's call them challenges while they are still on paper before you get to site.
Right. Asante sana. That has been Lidiema Kelvin, who is an end-to-end project manager. Na ametuambia every dream is doable, but only if you plan. So if you want to build a bungalow, a mansion, a what, you can only plan ndio uweze kusucceed vizuri. And hiyo discussion yetu ya construction process, I hope mmeipata vizuri. We take a short commercial break. We will be right back with the voice, the big voice in the construction industry. Akituambia Kenya amesoma.
Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
We are back with our discussion for today about the construction process. This is Keyman Community Live. I am your host presenter MK, PMK.
And of course you have the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga na nimerudi hapa. Of course nimerudi na mazuri. Unajua kidogo niliteremka huko chini nikaguza kitu kiasi alafu sasa ndo nikakuja. But it's been real. Nimesikiza kitu guest amesema.
Anaitwa Lidiema
Kelvin.
Yes.
Alikwambia KS number yake?
KS number. Oh my God.
Ilikupita?
Hiyo ilinipita KS number.
No worries.
But to remind mtu anatutazama ni eti mtu mwenye anakuja hapa they have KS numbers wako kwa Keyman Stores. Kwa hivyo ni kidogo tu hivi nimesahau kujua ya Lidiema Kelvin but he is hapa ndani ya Keyman Stores.
And of course it's good to note that watu wote wenye wanakuja hapa they will be verified by Keyman Stores. So if you want to have a conversation with us, if you want to reach out to us, you can go through our social media channels at Keyman Stores on Facebook and Instagram, and of course Keyman Stores on YouTube, where we are streaming live currently from Loilo.
Nasi wakailo. Ni Loilo.
So if you want to talk to us, if you want to reach out to us, you can of course reach us through our DMs, and of course you have to be verified and registered under the Keyman Stores so that you come and give us your story.
And also to remind you another thing, if you have your products in construction, whatever you are doing in construction, and you'd like us to, get your videos and play them hapa Keyman Community Live.
Yes.
We are encouraging you to send them videos. Just DM us on our social media platforms and we are going to direct you on how you're going to send those videos na tuzicheze. Hapa ndio tuonyeshane kitu unafanya.
And of course, it's as simple as what you want to do. You just take your phone, record your products, explain what you do, say your location, say your number, and you're good to go.
Right.
As simple as that. And then hapa kwa break kidogo, Monica atakuwa anatupeleka kwa masoko tuone kitu yenye iko.
Tunatembea kwa masoko. Nakwambia hapa tunatembea, tunaenda huko Ruiru, tunatembelea watu wa hardwares. Sasa kama uko na hardware, get ready.
Yes.
Kuna mtu anaitwa Elijah wa hardware, ako county 021,
Yes.
Anasema mimi video yangu itakuwa ya kwanza
Vile inafaa.
Vile inafaa.
And of course, during Jichanue, sio mimi peke yangu nitakuwa nakuchanua, itakuwa nakupea watu ambao wanakuchanua. So be ready. Ni either mimi ama a master ama mtu mmoja mkali. But always remember, I am the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga and this is Keyman Community Live, courtesy of Keyman Stores.
Si mimi mnanijua presenter but before unajua tunamaliza, the discussion nimekuwa nayo hapa na Lidiema Kelvin imekuwa amazing by the way. Sasa manze najisikia unaona master
Shori for construction.
Exactly. That can be my name from today.
Shida tu ni usikuwa overconfidence because he has talked about something around umezoea kujenga.
Yes.
So usizoee kujenga, udanganye unaweza fanya kila kitu. Si ndio?
A very good point.
And that goes to the builders ama wale professionals wenye wako kwa mjengo. Kufundi umezoea kana architect, so I am an architect. Uongo.
Unajiita architect.
Unajidanganya. Wewe ni fundi, umezoea kana engineer, so wewe ni engineer. Hapana, haiwezi kuwa. So kukaa sana kwa site isikudanganye wewe ni mkali. You always need to go back and learn. And of course kumbuka, unaona venye digital imekaa. So we are talking about construction online. There is also things to do with construction online.
Yes.
So you can actually learn hizi vitu pole pole. And of course as we proceed, as we progress, tuendelea kuwa noma and we change the whole ecosystem.
Yes. Tukienda hivyo tukimaliza nataka we just do a small recap of Kenye Kelvin Lidiema amekuwa akituambia. Mimi kama kawaida nimekuwa nikitake notes zangu na nitakuwa nawaambia hapa. So one thing yenye nimesikia is that every dream is doable.
Kabisa.
Only if you plan.
Very nice. The thing that I was saying in the morning. Lazima uplan. Hii kitu nayo inaga option. Even me, before I came with Ichanu, I had to plan. Before we came up with this, we had to plan and of course know what you at home need to have in order to learn construction. In order for me to be the big voice of construction, I am in the planning phase currently. Look at me in the next 1 year. You will not see me. Hata mtakuwa mnaniita engineer. Lakini staki. Staki. Because I am not an engineer, I'm just a big voice in construction. Yes, and of course we'll be the
Shori for construction,
Yeah.
Kuna kitu ingine Lidiema Kelvin alisema that construction does not end. Unajua nilikuwa najiuliza, mimi nilimuuliza like ni wapi utafika useme sasa hii mjengo ilikuwa inaendelea, tumefungia hapo, hii project imeisha, na hii ndio imedhibitisha kwamba this project is over. Akaniambia construction does not end. To my shock, I thought it ends.
Well,
ama wewe ulikuwa unafikiria aje?
Hata mimi at some point nilikuwa nafikiria it ends at that point yenye umekuja ukapeana kifungu. But wakati nilisikia hivyo, I then remembered ile shida yangu ya maji at some point. So if there is blockage, then construction has not ended. Well, so lazima fundi atakuja. So I think pia planning bado hapo inasaidia sana because you will have an easy time post production ama post construction wakati ulijipanga vizuri. But kuna kitu kingine pia nilisikia ilisema, if you fail to plan,
you're planning to fail.
But kuna kitu alisema hapo hivyo, if you fail to plan construction,
kwa shida zitakupata kwa site. Na shida za site very expensive. You don't want to experience the expensive shidas.
Actually I think I understand one of the biggest expenses. For example, you needed to have a pipe to run through somewhere. Ilikuwa inafaa ipitie ndani ya ukuta.
Ikapita.
Ushamaliza. Unaona ikapita chini. So you see, they will have to bomoa that place hapo chini, and then they drill ama wakata hiyo ukuta, apitisha hiyo pipe hapo. So the expense now comes in through utaita kila mtu. You will have to call everyone now in the construction field to come and do it. Kuna plumber, kuna fundi wa mawe, utanunua hiyo kasimiti nini. So well, I understand why there is a very big challenge. So it's good to plan always. It's good to plan always. And with that, I think it's also good to note before hata tuendelee sana who will have tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going legal.
Right. Kesho manze tunaenda tena legal.
Tunaenda legal. So ladies and gentlemen, right here at the Keyman Community Live, tomorrow we meet at is it 8 a.m. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Na naona masaa zetu zimekaribia kuisha. Actually we have only 4 minutes. So tomorrow we go legal. Yesterday we began very strong with the platform, and of course knowing how to build safe and buy smart with the system. Kuna kitu ulikuwa umetuambia ya system?
Yeah, systems. That the systems are the ones failing, not people.
Exactly. But before we just go into the whole thing, as we learn pole pole, we want to know how many legal cases come as a result of hikitu. Handshake.
Ile tu ati unaweza nijengea sawa twende.
Yes. How many deals collapse as a result of handshake? And of course, remember, we are always telling you it is very good and it is very nice to transact with a contract, because at Keyman stores you cannot transact, you cannot do anything without a contract. You cannot deliver without a contract.
Exactly.
You cannot do the work without a contract. And remember, tulikuambia, you only go to work only if
an email is sent to you,
go to work,
telling you go to work, guys.
Yes.
If not that, don't.
It will be a very nice conversation around the law, and of course how we are going to move away from these court cases ya watu walioshana, tuliagree hivi, tuliagree hivi. But when we come back and look at where did we agree? Hakuna any contract ama any deal ama anything written as easy as tuliagree. Yes.
Another important thing to note is that project manager, as Lidiema Kelvin is, sio lazima akue someone specific. A project manager can be an architect, he can be an engineer, a contractor. Kitu ya muhimu ni eti yeye anaelewa.
So does it mean the big voice in construction can be a project manager?
You can be a project manager.
Bora nielewe.
Bora na si kuelewa tu. Utauliza Lidiema Kelvin wewe mwenyewe juu unataka kuwa project manager, umuulize alisomea nini na nini na nini, ndio aelewe mambo ya project managing, si ndio? So a project manager sio lazima akuwe ati a specific person. Anaweza kuwa any key player ama any professional in the construction industry. Another thing ni eti wakati unajenga during construction, expect delays, because some factors they are not in our control. The human factors, unajua, for example, kuna vitu tu huwezi ona pale, so you will expect some delays pale kwa construction, but because you planned, you will be ready for those delays, na utajua vile utazihandle to avoid the expensive
You see, mistakes. We go back to what the big voice in construction said. Planning phase. That planning phase is very important. And of course, I have a strong feeling and of course a strong love to planning, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yes.
Director alisema hiyo kitu tukisema, tusimsemee kwa masikio yake, kwa sababu anakumbuka aliambiwa, I began my chicken business with 2 feathers.
Ulisikia wapi? Ulisikia wapi?
But this is different because yes, you have those 2 feathers. What is the plan? Because you can have the 2 feathers and you don't have the plan. So in order to build something, is it a business? Is it a house? Ni nini hiyo unataka kutengeneza? That way you have to plan.
Right. Mimi sioni tukiwa na lingine. But manze na feel kuongezea knowledge kingine nimesikia hapa.
Unaweza ongeza moja.
Niongezee, si ndio? So kuna ile kitu tunasemanga, ukipata nyumba imejengwa, for example, si mtu uuliza ati nani alikujengea hii? So Lidiema Kelvin ametuambia hapa, hiyo ni makosa sana. Juu ukiuliza nani alikujengea, utadirectiwa kwa nani? Fundi,
yes.
Mwenye alijenga.
Yes.
But ni nani aliwezesha kufika hapo kwa kujenga?
Wow.
So unaona?
Wow.
So si fundi tu. Fundi ni important, hatujakataa, but you don't start from fundi. You
Yes.
start pale juu kwa watu wenye wana plan. Si ndio? Na if you want, to avoid these expensive mistakes, don't rush to the site.
Don't rush
To the site.
kwa jichanue. Tulisema starting fast. Nataka nifanye haraka. By miezi 6 miezi 3 niko nimemaliza.
Yes.
My point is home. My point is home.
All right. Kitu ya mwisho tukifunga.
And so ladies and gentlemen, kitu ya mwisho tukifunga, it is good to plan. Kitu ya mwisho tukifunga, it is good to plan. And of course planning begins before hata uende kwa foundation.
Yep.
And then una plan, unamaliza, unakutana na architect, unakutana na engineer, wanaelewana because they know what you know what you want, but they know what is practical.
Yes.
Yes, of course according to your budget.
Yes.
Tulisema tunaongea na watu future builders.
Exactly.
Yes, hata current builders by the way.
Watajenga.
Watajenga
na wenye
wote.
Wanajenga.
Na wenye wanajenga.
Na
Hata kama na sisi. Hata kama ushaanza and you did not begin correctly, we are here to help you be the voice to other people to go correctly. And of course, this is Keyman Community Live. My name is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga, and this is brought to you courtesy of Keyman Stores.
And of course, I have been your host, presenter PMK. Thank you so much kwa kutizama this amazing live, our second live of Keyman Community Live. Na nikitoka, I want to tell you that you are a nature's greatest gift. Kwa hivyo, if you think you can build, if you think you can sell your products in that hardware, just know that you are nature's greatest gift. Na hakuna mtu anaweza kushow manze, si ndio? You can do that thing that you want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's a wrap.